Hello guys, Emmanuel from Geekception here, and today I'm going to be having a look at the 1More Comfobuds true wireless earbuds. I'm excited to check them out, so let's begin. The Edifier G22 gaming headset is a very affordable but lovely headset that has tons of features such as 7.1 surround sound and even a detachable mic. Check the link in the description to find out more. And welcome back, guys. My name is Emmanuel, as I said. If you're new here, well, welcome. Have a seat. If you're returning, well, welcome back. Also have a seat. And let's get into it. Now, before we get into it, a quick disclaimer. This was sent to me by 1More, or by Arif Communications, basically 1More in Malaysia. But they do not get to see or preview any of this before you see it. Now, with all of that boring stuff out of the way, let's get into this unboxing. And the first thing I see on the front of the box right here is 1More Comfobuds with, some of the specs such as the powerful 13.4 dynamic driver. And going on to the back, you see a whole lot more specs. We don't care about all of those. And removing the content of the box right here, the first thing that I find actually here is the earbuds itself. As you can see here, when I remove it, wow, it's actually very, very compact. Right here, I find some paperwork beneath here. So I find, the manual, which I will ever really read. Right there, I find a sticker, a 1More sticker, which is quite interesting. Apple only puts this in the box and not 1More. A QR code there for warranty purpose, it says. And that's pretty much it. And having a look at the packaging right here, it's pretty bare bones and straightforward. All I need to do is just, push it out. It comes with just a cable right here, which I am assuming is the charging cable. And one thing I like is the fact that it's actually USB Type-C right here, which is nice. And pulling this, and boom, right there I have the earbuds. And I must say they're actually way smaller than I expected. And the box actually look pretty big, but as you can see in the charging case right here and the case that holds it, it comes in a very, very small form factor. And taking a closer look at the 1More Comfobuds charging case right here, on the back here you can actually see it has the charging port right here, and it comes in this glossy finish, which I'll be honest, I am not a fan of because I can already foresee this picking up a lot of fingerprints, but that is just by the wayside. Now I have some other earbuds right here that I'm going to compare this with. For example, my favorite right now, which is the Edifier X3s. You can see the X3 is quite a bit taller than it, not as long, but taller than it. Right here, if you can see the Pamu Slide Mini, and you can see the Pamu really dwarfs the Comfobuds right there. And the last one right here is the Edifier GM4 Mini 1. Now this one is a little bit more rectangular, but it still has a way bigger footprint compared to the Comfobuds. A fun fact about the case, apart from the size right here, is actually when you open it, there is like a status indicator right there. You can see at the stem of the 1More Comfobud right there to indicate that they're charging, which is nice. On the case itself, also when you're charging, there's another indicator right here to tell you if it's charging or not. And of course, I showed you that the charging port is right at the back there. Opening up right there also is not so difficult, I would say. It has like some grooves right inside here, so you can just like pull it up right there, which is super comfortable to open up. And the button here is very tactile right there. Taking a look at the design here on the Comfobuds, and they look like a hybrid between the AirPods Pro and the AirPods, I would say, because they have this part that fits into your ear right here, but then they also sort of stick in just like the original AirPods. And when you remove them out of the box, they actually come with this plastic thing that covers the connectors here. So I'm just going to pull it off right there, and boom, we are ready to go. There's also another plastic right here, which I do not have fingernails. Boom, I have gotten those two out. So as I've told you, it is pretty small. Believe me, like my fingers definitely, it's bigger than the Comfobuds right here. But as regards to how they look, even though they look small, they do not look cheap. And although, yes, they are glossy right here, as you can see. So this will pick up a lot of fingerprints, or in this case, your ear wax or whatever it is. But they are small, and we shall put them on very soon. Let me just quickly go back to the app and see what features you get with the app. Now, on opening up my camera and scanning the QR code right there, I actually discovered that it has a forbidden error right here. So I'm just going to go to the App Store right here. And there you go. It is actually in the, App Store right there. I'm not quite sure why, I wasn't able to get it with the QR code that they provided in the manual, but there you go. You can just search for the app manually in case you experience that error yourself. I'm currently in my Bluetooth settings right now, and when I open the AirPods right here, the 1More Comfobuds right here, you can see on screen. I'm just going to tap that, and it is as simple as that. It is connected, and I have the Comfobuds connected to the phone. Now, on heading into the One More Music app right there, I can actually see that it has recognized that I am connected to it. So I'm just going to tap on it. It's going to tell me how to, put, I think this is just instructions actually of, what to do. So basically right here, let's go through some of it. When you put your finger on the back of the earbud and press it out, that's how you remove it. To playback, you can tap right there for playback controls. For phone calls, you can, tap on there, double tap there for phone calls. So these are basically the gestures of the Comfobuds, and volume controls as well. You'll tap 3 times on either the left or the right. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, you can actually see some of the data here, right here. So you have the battery level on both the left and the right, playback, custom settings, OTA update, which I think there's a firmware update right there. So it's actually telling me that there's a firmware update for me to upgrade to right there. So I'm going to be coming back to that later. And a quick guide of the product. That is basically the last item on the menu right there. So I'm going to be doing the firmware upgrade, and I'm going to be finally putting it on. And for the moment of truth, putting this on into my ears. Now I've already put up a song in my title, and these have smart pause and play. So when I put it into my ears, they should automatically start playing music. So let me listen to some music. Okay, so I think the first thing I noticed right off the bat is that, yeah, these do not fit me at all. Most probably because this style of, AirPods kind of design don't naturally fit my own ears. So I think it has something to do with my ears. I don't think this would work for me as earphones that I'll put in my ears to do any sort of activity or anything like that. That's number one. Number two, for the sound quality, I would say that it doesn't have as much bass, I would say. Like the bass is not that prominent, like you don't really feel it that much. And I'm not sure if it's due to the size right here. Another thing is also that the higher frequencies, is it when the voice is like the pitch is high, is more pronounced. So I can hear more of that as opposed to other things in the music. Again, I'm not a music person. Maybe I did not say that before, but I'm not an audio connoisseur who knows what he's talking about. But this is just from what I'm hearing right here. So I'll definitely say like for the portability and the size, they're very, very tiny. If the AirPods kind of design fit your ear, definitely, it's something you can look into. But if the AirPods type of design do not fit your ear like mine, maybe you should skip this because I don't think this will work for me. Now, as you can see, these are not user replaceable, so you cannot remove them. You are stuck with the design that comes in here, at least to the best of my knowledge. Talking about this, actually, you can also see like just putting it in my ears for just 2 minutes right here, it already picked up the earwax in my ear. And because the material here, let me just try to get this close. The material that this is made of, it's like sort of this mesh material. It has, I would say, the more likelihood to pick up stuff because it's quite a rough material. It's not soft, so this might also be not comfortable for a long time. I am not sure. Again, your mileage will vary. A fun fact here is the fact that the proper earbuds is actually written embossed on the earbuds here. So you can see this is the right here, and the left is also has an accompanying one right there. And the touch controls and the gestures are actually right here if you want to control volume and double tap and triple tap. Moving on to the app here, and there are some things I also noticed after I've used it for a while, which is that they actually custom settings right here. So if you go into the settings, you can actually customize what the double tap and triple tap does on the earbuds, which I think is pretty cool. I've not seen this in many of the earbuds I've tested, which is very, very nice. So you can actually customize it to whatever kind of controls that you're comfortable with. So you are not stuck with whichever one, Comfort One More is defaulting you to. And also if you tap on the menu right here, you can also have an option called Smart Burning, which you can use to burn in the earphones. I am not sure about this. I have no idea. I'm not an audio person, but Apparently, if you want that option of burning in this, you can actually burn it in right there. And of course, as I just showed you, there's an OTA firmware upgrade button right there as well. So that is some of the things I have noticed, apart from just the status indicator for the battery in the 1More Music app that you get. Now, something that I would have expected to get right here is the EQ settings. So you can change the EQ, but there seems to be no way for you to change the equalization settings right here. Smart playback, if you tap it on here, gives you the ability to control that remove, auto pause and play that I told you about in my test just now, which is super cool. So if you want it, if you don't want it, you can select the options right there, which I think is really nice. So that is the fun fact, rounding it up with the app right there. And finally, rounding up right here is the battery life. So as you can see right here on the box, it says the charging time is 80 minutes, which is about 1 hour 20 minutes, with 4 hours of playback time and another 18 hours with the charging case when both of them are fully charged. So if you're wondering about battery life for these, this is the battery life you're going to be getting right here. And that has been it from me checking out the 1More Comfobuds right here. Now, some ending thoughts from me. Number one, I would say I like the portability. It is very, very small. If you put it in your pocket or in your bag, it's not even going to take up any space. In fact, if anything, I wonder if you're going to actually lose it just because of how small it is. So portability is very nice. Also price, it comes in at about 189 ringgit Malaysia, which I shall put the conversions on screen right now so you can, see that it is not as expensive as an earbud. For cons though, I would say number one for me, it doesn't fit my ears due to the design, and there is no adjustable anything, again, due to that design. So it's not something I can actually wear on the daily. That's number one. And number two, I would say the sound for me, it doesn't really do it for me because I do like that nice bass. Not too much of a bass, but I do like some bass. And for this one, the higher frequencies seem to, drown out sort of that bass for me. So it doesn't really work for me in that regard. And that's basically been it. Thank you again for Arif Communications and 1More for sending this over. You guys are awesome and amazing. And you that you're watching right now, are you interested in the 1More Comfobuds? Are you, just watching this because you just like me and you're just watching any of my content? Or are you planning on getting this, or you have this already? Let me know in the comment section down there below. And wishing you season's greetings. Hopefully the new year is better. Hope you're staying safe and you're staying well. And I shall catch you in the next video. Don't forget to be awesome. Bye.